may not be Smart Ranger, now you by now you used to go dig a whore. Hi guys, back with another video, and if you're new here, please like and subscribe. I'm here today to film a story time that you guys have been waiting for. I have had a lot of messages actually. So, I'm not going to put the name of this place so I can't get sued. I have had a lot of bad luck with jobs, but with how many jobs I've had, it looks bad on me. I don't really care though, because YOLO. People judge you all the time, and I learned to not give a fuck. Because I have spent my whole life giving all the fucks to these people. And guess what it did for me? Nothing. Made me depressed, made me anxious, made me fucking on edge. And what's the point in living like that? Why should you care? Why should you care what people say about you? What's the point? Wow, that was... I'm sorry for the speech, guys. Just to clarify, I don't give a fuck what anybody say as I go on with this story. So if you got something bad to say, you might as well just move along and go to the next video, because I'm not paying any attention to it. Okay, so this recent job I was at, I was a bartender. Bartending really is fun, and I had a lot of fun at this job. I really did. It's the people that came in after me and just fucked it all up. I wasn't even making that good of money, and here's why. It's not really a known place. Not many people know about this place, honestly. And it's not just a bar. It's like a half of a bar and half of a restaurant. It's like a restaurant bar type thing. And I was the bartender and server. Like, I did both. I did everything. Being a bartender, it's really hard, but you know what? It's honestly the most fun job I've had, and I've been through a lot of jobs, as a lot of you guys know. The place I was at is, I'm just lucky because I like lived right down the road and I heard about it from my mom, but nobody else really knows they're there. I made good tips, kind of. It depended on the night, honestly. Okay, so this girl had a name that sounded really close to Jenny, like from Forrest Gump, you know, like Jenny. Not gonna say like exactly what her name was. I'm just gonna call her Jenny, like from Forrest Gump. So like, this name's gonna be really close to her name, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna expose anybody. So we're gonna call her Jenny. Hi, Jenny, if you're watching this. This girl, Jenny, was dating the store owner, and I actually worked with her at the previous job before that. I just didn't really know her, you know, like, I've heard a lot of bad things about her from my last job, like at the factory that we were working at together. Like, she was gone for a while. I was new when she was gone, and I was there when she came back, you know, so like, she didn't know me. First off, this girl followed me in the goddamn bathroom when I worked at the factory, the first time I ever met her, and stopped me as I was coming out of my stall to introduce herself as she was going into a stall. Like, bro, I'm cool and all, and like, I'm not awkward like in the bathroom or whatever, but who's gonna follow someone that they do not know, that they could have just walked up to anywhere in the factory? Okay, I'm sorry, but that's just weird. That's just weird. So like, I just always thought it was kind of weird, and I've heard bad things about her. She tried to get one of my old friends fired from the other job, and that was before I went there. I stayed out of it because I don't fuck with drama that's not involving me, you know? I'm not just gonna instantly judge someone and like be rude to someone just because of what someone else says, but when someone says to be careful of someone, I am careful of that person, because you never know. So many people out there you can't trust. I kept an eye out for her, and you know, I was nice to her. I talked to her or whatever. I just small talk. I wouldn't really like actually entertain the idea of being friends or ever hanging out or ever trusting her, you know what I mean? Like, just be wary. This girl is 40 years old, and she acts like that. We're gonna name the store owner Brad, because Brad's a douchey name, and this guy's douchey, So, Brad and Jenny. Brad is the store owner, and Jenny was dating him, so she got hired on a couple weeks after I did. I mean, she's really pretty for being 40 years old, you know? Like, she looks like I would say like 10 years younger than what she really is, something like that. She just doesn't look like she's 40 exactly, but she's an old yeller. She started there, and I even trained her and helped her like get to know what was like what, you know. I was a hard fucking worker, dude. Brad, he would come out of the fucking back of the house, and if there's no orders or anything, he'd come out there and he'd get fucking drunk. Because he's the store owner, he can do that. Okay, cool, whatever. I worked so hard. Mind you, I worked 4 hours total. 4 off the clock without getting paid for it. And I still never said anything about it. Oh my God. She's just the type of person that will flirt with your man right in front of you. Right in front of you, bro. My friend knows the store owner personally because she worked there before I did. So, like, there was a time where she was in there and Jenny was grabbing on her man right in front of her. Like, I already know all this stuff, man. Like, I already know some shit about Jenny, man. She would talk like this when she gets drunk, and she'd say her name all cute like. I'm gonna name the other guy, the other store owner. Let's name him Matthew. So Jenny will be like, oh, Matthew Pooh, don't I wipe these walls so good? I'm such a hard worker, ain't I, Matthew Pooh? Like, she literally would talk like that, bro. She would fucking get wasted at work, after work. It didn't matter. Like, she would get fucking white girl wasted. She will sit in Brad's lap and touch other men while she fucking... She's one of them type of girls, so she tried using that to get her way to make more tips. But you know what? I ain't fake, and I'm not like that. I'm real. I'm me. And I use that. I use my personality in general, and I just be myself, you know? And people really liked that. They really liked me for me. And I made more tips than her. It wasn't even that much money, but for what we were getting, like, I made more than them. Trust me. Like, I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I was making more than them. So that just kind of sums that one up for you. A week before I lost my job, there was 2 customers in there. When I walked in for my shift, I did night shift, she did day shift. I walked in. There was one old guy sitting at the table. And then there was one girl at the bar, and she already had her food. It was like a to-go order, and to-go orders usually don't tip you. I don't know if she tipped Jenny or not. I don't know. Like, I just walked in, and she was already there, already had her food, already paid. I had a Walking Dead shirt on, and this girl at the bar was like, oh my God, I love The Walking Dead. And we started talking for like 30 minutes. And mind you, the first 2 hours of my shift this day, I had 0 customers. 0, bitch. None. 2 fucking full hours and no customers, and I was on night shift. That's how fucking dead we were a lot of the time. People didn't really know we were there. And mind you, whenever you serve somebody, you're not allowed to leave your shift until you were done, until they pay and they tip, and until they're gone, you know? Like, you're supposed to take care of your guests. Once they're your guest, you're assigned to that table. That was her table, and that was her person at the bar. So me and this girl at the bar was talking for a while. That girl tipped me and left. I seen Jenny kind of like... Jenny did not like that. Oh, she did not like that at all. She just wasn't a good server. I'm sorry. This guy was like getting his stuff together, and I looked over and noticed that he was done eating. I was like, hey, would you like a check? And Jenny goes, I already got him check while you were too busy over here talking. Girl, there's nobody in here for me to serve. I've cleaned. And mind your business. Like, I was trying to help you. I was like, okay, I was just offering to help you with your table. It wasn't my job to get him his check anyway. And she just didn't say anything. She just looked away. You really think I'm gonna let some person, some girl that thinks something about me affect how I think about me? You think I'm gonna let her control how I do my job, control the way I do things? Like, obviously I'm doing something fucking right. Like, I make tips that I've been having to fucking serve the people just by talking to them. You couldn't do that. People just don't like the type of person you are. I can't help that. I really can't. You can only just hope for the best for somebody. But anyways, so ever since that, it went downhill like fast, bro. She's seen other people also give me tips just for talking to them. Like, people that didn't even buy anything, they'd come in and talk to me at the bar, give me a tip, and then like leave. They just like me. I can't. What do you want me to do? Right after Jenny got hired, Matthew hired his girlfriend. And mind you, this donkey looking bitch, she was a terrible server. This girl's first day, I trained her after work, Jenny, and we're gonna name her Donkey. I'm just gonna call her Donkey. So Jenny and Donkey wanted to take shots and get drunk after we closed up the bar, and I was like, and they just like, oh, I'll buy you a shot. It's okay. Like, I'll buy you one, because we would be allowed to have 2 drinks after every shift, and I would get 2 margaritas. Margarita's my favorite thing, you know, whatever. Cool. Live right down the street, and I wouldn't get drunk. I'd just have a couple margaritas and go on my merry way. Well, I got fucking white girl wasted this night because they kept fucking wanting to buy me shots, and Brad's like, yeah, it's okay. Like, I'll buy a shot too. Like, we'll all get shots. We'll all take shots. Like, let's get drunk. So it's like Matthew, his donkey girlfriend, and Brad, and his gold digging whore, Jenny. I already feel kind of out of place, you know? So Donkey kept looking at me all night, and she was like, I'm here to take your place. Just kidding. Fuck you mean? I trained you all day, and even after I showed you multiple things, you still didn't remember how to do it right after I showed you how to do it. Like, who the fuck does that to somebody? The 4 of them were acting, I don't know how to explain it. They were acting ignorant. So Donkey kept on just making comments like that all night. Just like sneak dissing, like throwing in some things here and there. I'm gonna go. It got really messy really quick, and I ended up leaving there crying because I was already pissed off from this donkey bitch trying to step up in my lane. Like, stay in your lane, girl. And if you see this too, hi. How you doing? I ain't even tripping on her because you look like Donkey from Shrek with pink hair. You're irrelevant to me. It just really annoyed me, and I was not trying to get drunk, but I didn't want to be the odd one out. Like, I wanted to fit in. I tried so hard. But why? I look back and I'm like, why? This bar, like, ugh, God, there's so many other bars out there, and there's so many other places that would actually appreciate me for my hard work. I worked 4 hours off the clock without getting paid, bro, for Brad, and he still let Jenny take over and boot me out. She got put in charge of scheduling on a Friday. I was supposed to work that Friday and Sunday. She decided she wanted to work that Friday and that Sunday. So I didn't get my shift, my two weekend shifts. So whatever. I was like, wow, over it. Like, I'm already like making shit money, and now this girl's taking over my shifts because she's in charge now and she can do that. Monday rolls around and I texted Matthew for the schedule. I was like, hey, what are my hours? I'll insert the actual messages probably right here. He was like, oh, we have it covered. I said, okay, what are my hours? He said, oh, we have to let you go. And I was like, why? He was like, because too many customer complaints. First off, I know that's bullshit. I know that's a lie, because why would a bunch of people that I don't even know, people who actually knew who they were, even some regulars did that. Like, they'd come in and not order anything, and then they leave and like tip me because they'd come in and talk to me and hang out with me at the bar. Like, and texted him back. I was like, I bet this is Jenny's idea too, ain't it? And he never answered me. So I went back for my check the next day. Let's just say I'm probably not allowed back in there. I went in there, and it was Brad, and Jenny working. I am beyond frustrated with this girl because I know it was her, dude. Like, I had no customer complaints. That's bullshit. I went in there and I went to the back and I was like, hey, Brad, I'm here for my last check. He said, okay, I'll be out there in a minute. Like, I seen that there was no orders. It was taking like 10 minutes to get out there. And I'm like, bro, what the hell is taking them so long? So I'm sitting out there. My friend's out there, right? My friend came with me. Jenny looks at me and goes, hi, honey. How are you doing today? I said, could be fucking better. And slammed my hand down on the bar. And she goes, you don't have to be so rude to me. Like, girl, when I tell you I lost my ever-loving shit as soon as she said that, like, just picture a fucking bull with, like, smoke coming out and, like, and, like, about to fucking charge, you know? I was like, bitch! And I started, like, going off. I was like, you're the reason I got fired. Like, as soon as you got put in charge, you took over both of my shifts this weekend, and now I'm fired all of a sudden because of customer complaints. When I know there was no customer complaints, the only complaints there was about me was you. Brad is already a coward for letting Jenny take over the scheduling, but for her to sit there and act like she didn't do anything and had nothing to do with it, bullshit. She's like, you know, you probably should leave. I was like, yeah, well, once I get my check, I'll leave. And she's like, yeah, you should probably get your check and go. I was like, okay, well, tell Brad to get his motherfucking ass out of the motherfucking back of the restaurant and get up here and give me my goddamn check. And she's like, yeah, I'll do that. And then she went to the back and people at the bar were like, what happened? Like, I'm like, I just lost my job because this jealous bitch over here doesn't fucking like how I was making more tips than her and decided to get put in charge. She just wanted to do whatever she could to convince Brad to fucking take over scheduling so she could take me off. Brad came out. Of course, Jenny was hiding behind him because I was, like, so worked up. Like, I was sweating. I was so mad. And I was about to swing if, like, she would have said anything else and not went to the back when she did. Like, I was heated. Because she sat there and argued with me for a minute. Like, bro. You are in the wrong. Like, I will fight you if you keep it up. I was gonna throw water in her face, I'm not gonna lie. Since she was hiding behind him, I didn't get to do anything to her. I'm really glad I didn't because Brad would have apparently called the cops on me from what he said if I would have done that. As soon as Brad wrote me my check, I was like, hey, Brad, can I have a glass of water, please? Like, I'm really thirsty. He grabbed me a glass of water and he came, brought it to me. I fucking took the straw, the wrapper, and I fucking put it in the water. Took a drink. Took a second to calm down. And everybody was just staring at me, waiting for my next reaction. I'm trying to, like, calm down. And I started to smack the fucking water cup off the bar. I said, oops, my bad. Sorry. And then continued walking. Brad was like, why would you do that? Oh my God, what's wrong with you? And I was ignoring him, and then he shouted my name. I turned around and I was like, fuck you. That's why I worked 4 hours off the clock for you, and I busted my ass and helped you when I could have just left. I didn't have to come in 2 hours before my shift that day. I didn't have to stay 2 hours after my shift that day. That day was hell. I am the hardest worker here. I am dedicated. I show up on time. I'm always early. Like, fuck you guys! Fuck you! You just want to let this girl take control of your restaurant, and it's pathetic. Like, you're fucking pathetic. Congratulations. You guys are getting rid of all the good people that you actually had here. You guys did not treat me good. You guys treated me like a fucking outcast, and apparently you made fun of me behind my back one night, talking about how you think I'm a goth, and how you think I'm emo, and how you were faking that you were gonna fire me, and then you're like, haha, just kidding. Like, like, no, you just don't fucking do that. That's ignorant, and that's not how a boss should act. I looked at Jenny after that, and I was like, you know, I may not be Smart Ranger now, but I know you used to go dig a whore, and walked out. And that was that. Brad followed me out, made sure I left, said that I was lucky he didn't get me arrested for damaging property when all I did was spill water on his bar floor when I've cleaned up way worse off that floor, mind you. And it was a plastic cup. Nothing broke, just water spilled on the floor. That's it. I'm threatening to call the cops over that. Whatever. Anyways, that's all for the story time, and I do have a new job, so I don't want to hear any shit about not working, because I am not lazy, and I am doing YouTube, I am doing OnlyFans, I have an actual job, so, and for the people who are actually here to support me, thank you for watching this, and I really hope you got a good laugh out of it, because I look back and I get a good laugh out of it, because they were temporary to me anyway. I heard from people who has been there after I left that Donkey and Jenny actually are terrible servers. And I heard how much downhill they went after I left, and it makes me laugh because they just fucking deserve it. But anyway, please like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Oh, and hit that bell because you know you want to.
Put your head on.